bots mixed in with real people, and you're probably hiring somebody in, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you and I get hit up all the time. I get hit up all the time. Don't you want more followers? I'm so-and-so from India, and I can give you, you know, I mean, everybody I think now does, right?
24/7.
So much of all social media and music and podcasting, all your numbers can be, you know, inflated. So yeah, I mean, I think you're totally right. But anyway, it's very interesting. And if Diana's listening to this, we're Team Diana 100%, because I don't want to be sued. Like, she's now suing. So Diana, you're fabulous. You're humanitarian. And I don't believe you do any of this. Skip us for the lawsuit, because now she's going after. Did you see who she's going after? This used to be one of my favorite podcasts and Instagram accounts to follow.
What? Who?
NT Lawyer. Did you ever follow that or care?
No, but tell me about it. I didn't, but I mean, I know my friend Dana Wilkie is like obsessed with NT Lawyer. Also, I ever heard the word out of her mouth, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, girl.
Well, I got into it, I'm going to say literally 4 years ago. I don't know. Supposedly, I had heard through a credible media source that it isn't a former entertainment attorney who had worked with high, you know, well-known celebrities. The NT Lawyer is allegedly in Beverly Hills, and ended up starting a Instagram. And I think now they have a podcast you can pay for or whatever. Well, Diana.
And what is it? It's like a gossip. I mean, I've heard of it. It's like it's like a Dumois. It's like a gossip. It's a competitor to Dumois. It's like a gossip podcast.
Yeah. I mean, this was like well before Dumois. You know, what's interesting is, and it's also Crazy Days and Nights website. You know, I don't know. I stopped following years ago because I just found, I think Dumois is very smart, because it's like these anonymous, and she has all these disclosures that this may not be true. We don't know, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Which is why I don't understand the popularity of it, but that's just me. But go on.
Well, you're right, because
it's all these rumors. I still don't.
Half of it's not true.
Don't get it, guys. I don't get it. There's so many things about like housewives that I read, and I'm like, I know for a fact this isn't even true. Like, is it, to me, it's like, do people like that? Like, is it like fan fiction? Like, I have a friend that goes down the fan fiction route. Like, she's like, say you're a fan of whatever TV show, I don't know, Charmed, Pretty Little Liars, pick any damn TV show, and it's like you read it and it's like Brenda and Kelly are having a threesome and a lesbian affair in the bedroom. It's like, but I don't understand this fan fiction. Like, it's not reality. It's not what we saw on the TV. That's, to me, like what NT and like Dumois is. It's like, I mean, should you and I start that and spend all of our days? And I'll make up a rumor right now that Ramona was having dinner with Andy Cohen last night, and she's coming back to the Legacy. And Ramona screamed, yes, at dinner with Andy. I mean, I don't know. It's just like, why do people like this made up shit? Don't you just want to deal with like the real facts? But regardless, yes, Diana's suing the NT Lawyer because he or she said she was involved with sex trafficking.
Yeah. And has made these claims, I believe, going back as far as 2018. So before Diana was even on the show. And Diana has filed to out the person's identity for NT Lawyer. So it will be interesting to see if we find out who NT Lawyer is. You know, I'm kind of with you. I don't really care. And I wouldn't be surprised if NT Lawyer is someone like a Patrick Summers, you know, it's not Patrick Summers, but somebody like that who has portrayed themselves as an attorney, but is probably like a, you know, I don't know, millennial living in a 1-bedroom apartment in West Hollywood, blogging. You know what I mean? Like, I think that there's like,
that's more interesting to me than the whole thing, but I agree. I think Diana is going to fade off. But you know what? We're not getting any. I mean, this to me is the real story. Is this pause? This pause. I mean, what does this pause mean? Listen, I feel the pause is for two reasons mainly.
Tell me.
I mean, well, one reason mainly.
Okay.
It's one word, Rinna. I think that is the number one, in my opinion. I think the pause is for two reasons, but the number one reason is Rinna. And I think the number two reason is darkness. I think Rinna, and I'll explain what I mean. I think they don't know what to do with Rinna. I think it's that simple. Beverly Hills always starts filming right away. And it's like, I stand by everything you and I said all season. Well, I flip-flopped every other hour. But I mean, at the end, it was like Rinna's not going to be fired. And I think they don't really, she's not an easy firing. She's the whole show. Everyone's talking about her, whether you love her or hate her. But you can't just fire Rinna and start filming the next day. And I think they don't want to fire her. But I mean, this online petition now is almost at 7,000, at least as of the last time I checked.
saw that. But who
7,000.
cares?
Right.
There's
Like
just 7,000 people that
right.
are going to watch.
Right.
I stand by what I've said on this podcast, although I could probably be wrong too. But I don't think she's getting fired. I mean, to me, what's your second theory? Because I have a theory on why.
And does anyone care? Does Bravo care if 7,000 people don't watch?
No.
I mean, they care not really. So I just think they don't know what to do with Rinna. And it's not even like she's punished or they care. It's just more like they can't have, each season has to be different, right? Like this next season of Jersey, we saw Margaret hated Teresa and Louis. We're not going to have that again on New Jersey. So it's like, we can't have another season of the same. So if they started filming right now, it'd be too much the same. But I think the other thing is just like the darkness, like bots and racism. And look what was said. It's too dirty. I mean, these people hate each other. They hate each other and they don't want that. It's like, they need to find a way to like bring it back and make it fun and lighten it up. So I think that's the second reason of like, you can't really just tell these people behave. It's not going to work. It's too dark. And look, again, I said, whether she is behind the bots or not, it doesn't matter. Diana is the scapegoat for this. She's gone. She's the scapegoat for a dark season. I don't mean the bots. I just mean a dark season. It's like, so she's the easy person to get rid of. I think a pause. So those are the two reasons I think.
I love it. I agree absolutely with your second, the second part of it. I think it's gotten so dark. They've got to give it a pause. And I think, my other theory to this is I think, they have all these other shows that right now are not doing fantastic, meaning RHOSC, Salt Lake you and I just were talking and texting about the ratings this week. Very low, less than 600,000 on episode 3. That's not good. RHOP has been, they have better than the 600,000, but I'm not sure.
They're not breaking 1 million. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, the other thing I think they're pausing is like, they're like, look, we got to let Beverly Hills isn't our only show. We got to let that's going to kind of go away for a while and cool down so these other shows can get some traction, can get some drama. So I think they're also pausing it because it is so hot. It was so hot, at BravoCon. It's like, look, Jen Shaw, we know, is getting ready to plead guilty on the show. That's going to generate a lot of buzz. Potomac, we'll see what else is coming up this season. So I think they're also going to stretch it. I know they're saying January. I wouldn't be surprised if it's pushed back February, March. They let these other shows breathe a little bit. That's just my own theory because I think we're still done. Look at us. We're still, how many weeks ago was the finale of the reunion? I mean, we're still talking about it. So I think they've got to give it